What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all of you are having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives, I don't understand why Chloe thought it was necessary to tell Philip's business to Brady of all people. I'm like, no, Chloe. Like, obviously, Philip trusted her enough to confide in her about what's been going on with him, about his gambling debts and stuff. And she turned right around and told Brady about it. Because Brady, they were having a little issue about a snag with their silk order or something like that. So Brady was hoping that he, could use one of Titan's warehouses, but he was upset that he was going to have to call Philip about it. So she told him about her and Philip's. She told Brady about her and Philip's recent breakup and then about the gambling debts. I'm like, no, Chloe, because you already know if she tells Brady about that, it's only a matter of time before he tells Victor. Because I doubt he's probably going to keep that from Victor. More than likely, he's going to bring it up, or him and Victor are going to be talking. He's going to casually bring that shit up. Before you know it, one way or another, Victor's going to find out about it. But I was like, damn, Chloe, y'all don't know how to keep y'all big ass mouth shuts in that town, do y'all? So anyway, Philip was this close to telling Victor what was going on. Because Victor is sick to death of this battle between Xander and Philip. Because he feels like Philip is threatened by Xander. And he was about to tell him something, but Maggie interrupted to tell them that Ava was alive. And Victor was happy that, their family wasn't mixed up with Ava and stuff. So that way they didn't have a target on their backs. And after Maggie left, Victor wanted to know what Philip was going to tell him. But Philip changed and told him, well, he just wanted to let him know that he's capable of carrying on the family legacy, and carrying on the family business. And Victor, he was happy to have him back. And Philip was just looking all types of guilty. Like, his face just told the story. Like, he felt real guilty. And if Maggie had not interrupted when she did, more than likely he was going to reveal everything to Victor. And I still feel like he should tell Victor everything, because to sit there and blindside Victor, like, come on now. And if Victor got to hear about it from somebody else, it's going to enrage him even more. Like, you had every opportunity to tell your dad what's going on, knowing, Victor obviously was going to be pissed off, but he would have been less pissed if Philip came to him and told him immediately, But if he got to hear it from somebody else and you had ample chances to tell him, he's going to be more furious. And I can't blame Victor, because we all know how Victor is, not only about family, but about his company. And Philip is putting his company and the family at risk. Like, you're putting two things that Victor loves the most, you're putting both of those in jeopardy. So when Victor lashes out at him, it's going to be well-deserved. Like, Philip deserves it. Like, you're an idiot. Like, you're trifling with your family's reputation, the business, their safety, and that's not a good look. So Philip better find a way to get out this mess, and get out this mess expeditiously. Because it's gonna be a shitstorm when Victor find out about it. I can tell you that much. So anyway, moving on from that. So apparently Charlie is definitely not Steve's son. And he feels a certain way about that, because he feels like Ava cares more about Trip because he's Steve's son than she does for Charlie. Ava kept trying to reassure him that she loves her sons equally, but Charlie wasn't buying it. He didn't believe it. And he kept trying to deny that he raped Allie. Ava wasn't buying it either, because she was like, even though y'all don't share the same father, y'all share more than enough DNA for the test to come out the way that they came out. Charlie finally broke down and admitted that he did rape Allie. He claimed that he didn't mean to do it. He wasn't trying to hurt her or whatever. He made a mistake and he feels awful about it. So now he's begging Ava to save him. But Ava's not about to throw her son under the bus. She's not about to throw Trip under the bus just to save her other son. That's why I said the other day, Ava's going to be put in the middle of this because now she has to figure out what to do. Like, how do you exonerate Trip without throwing Charlie under the bus? So now you have, the impossible task. I ain't going to say impossible, but she has a difficult task of trying to save and protect both of her sons. One is innocent and one is guilty. How do you know what I'm saying? The only thing I think Ava can do is she can try to find another scapegoat. That's the only thing she can do to save both of her sons. Ava's in a hell of a jam right about now. And Trip is a sociopath. I feel like he's definitely, a little out there. That boy is nuts. Like, he seemed like he got a darkness about him. Like, you could tell just by looking at him and his eyes and all that. And I feel like he was trying to play Ava. He was trying to play on her sympathies. It's something very dark about him. Like, him breaking down and begging and pleading, "No, I didn't mean to do it," yada, yada, yada. I feel like it was an act. Like, this boy has some dark-ass energy around him. He's a little nutso. Like, he definitely... Something ain't right. Something is not right about him. Ava needs to get that boy some serious, have him committed or something, because he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a chip off the old block. Speaking of, so Trip and Steve were talking, and I don't blame Steve. He was just trying to caution Trip and let him know, like, it's understandable that Trip wants to get to know his mother. He was like, that's understandable. But he needs to be, aware that his mother, she's a head case, basically. Like, don't underestimate what she's capable of. And I think Trip does need to heed Steve's warning, because Steve has dealt with Ava for a long time, off and on. So he knows how she is. He knows how dangerous and wicked she can be, how manipulative she can be. And, Trip is under the impression that he can handle his mother. I'm like, boy, you better stop underestimating your mother, because you think you can handle Ava, but best believe she's a handful. So if Steve can barely handle your mama, what makes you think you can? And you don't have the savviness that Steve has. Let's just put it like that. Like, Trip better stop underestimating his mother, because his mother is a Looney Tune. I understand he wants everybody to stop expecting the worst of Ava, but when it comes to Ava, you have to expect the worst a lot of times, because she's that type of person, that type of villain you cannot give the benefit of the doubt to, because she's nuts. And plus, she still has mob ties and all that stuff. And Steve just wants to make sure his son is protected. That's his number one priority. Making sure that his son is safe, their family is safe. And he just wants Trip to go into this with both eyes wide open, because Ava's nothing to play with. Like, and he, Steve was basically telling Trip, like, she's very damaged. Like, she's a very damaged individual. And that she'll never be a normal mother. And I agree with Steve. Ava's never going to be a normal mother. Do I believe Ava loves Trip? Yes, I do believe that, in her own dysfunctional way. Because trust me, Ava's very fucking dysfunctional. And she's never going to be a normal mom that bakes cookies, and she's never going to do that. And for Trip to sit there and be like, oh, can you guys just give her a chance? Trip, they have dealt with Ava for so long. There's no way Kayla and Steve are going to give that woman a chance. A chance to what? Ruin their lives again? They're not about to do that. He needs to understand what he's dealing with. Like, your mother is a sociopath. Like, and I don't blame Steve for trying to exonerate his son, by trying to talk to Allie and trying to get through to Allie, but maybe talking to Allie is not a good idea. I don't really think it is. So anyway, Claire is still going on and on about Charlie and how perfect he is. I'm surprised that Allie wasn't that upset. Like, she forgave Claire very easily when Claire told her that she told Charlie about Allie being raped and stuff, I would have been livid. Like, you don't tell this stranger that I've never met before my personal business, especially a personal struggle, a traumatic experience like that. You know, she didn't even want to tell her family about that. I don't even think Sammy knows about that she was raped. And you're telling this complete fucking stranger? I just feel like days, sometimes they make a joke of serious situations like this to casually put it out there. Oh, I told my new boyfriend that you were raped. And Allie quickly forgave her. That no, anybody else would have been living in real life. Like, they would have tore a strip off your ass. They would have tore you a new asshole. You don't do stuff like that, especially when most of the family don't even know. Like, come on now. I can't wait for Allie to see Charlie, because I think shit is gonna hit the fan, and it might jog her memory of that night if she sees him. That's a hot mess. Like, Clear needs to understand something. You really need to find out about people before you commit to that person and call them your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever you want to do. Like, you need to find out, because this boy is dark and dangerous. Like, you need to get it together. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode of Days. I will see you all later. Hit the comment section. Let me know how y'all felt about this episode, and I'll see y'all all later. Peace.